Hello everyone, my name is Pranshi Verma. Welcome to the session International Software Testing Qualification Board Foundation Exam 2021. Okay, and in today's session we will discuss fundamentals of testing assessment question and answers. Okay, now let's begin the session. First question is, which of the following would not be considered as a valid objective for testing? Here option A is to comply with standards. Okay, so guys, as you know, this is a valid objective for testing. Okay, so here it's true, but यहाँ पर हमें false choose करना है. Okay, option B is to confirm the system works as expected, so it's also a valid objective for testing. Option C is to find all the defects in the system under test. This is not a valid objective for testing because according to testing principle 1 states that exhaustive testing is not possible, therefore finding all the defects in the system is not possible. Okay, that's why option C here is correct answer because it's not be considered as a valid objective for testing. Okay, if we are talking about option D, this is to provide sufficient information to the stakeholders. Yes, this is a valid objective for testing. Okay, so here correct answer is option C. Next question, which of the following two are parts of ISTQB test analysis activity? Option A, identify defects in test basis. Yes, evaluating the test basis to identify various defects is a part of test analysis. Okay, so here option A is correct. Now option B, identify the infrastructure and tool required for testing. This is not correct because this activity is a part of test design. Okay students, so here this is not a valid answer for this question. Option C, identify the test data to support test cases. It's also not correct because this activity is also related to test design. Okay, so guys, now option D is creating bidirectional traceability between the test basis and the test conditions. Yes, this activity is performed during the test analysis, so this is also correct answer here. Two parts for ISTQB test analysis activities are, first one, identify defect in test basis, and second one, option D, creating bidirectional traceability between the test basis and the test conditions. Okay, now next question, differentiate the following testing terms 1 to 4, error, defect, failure and effect, by mapping them to the right examples A to D. Okay, according to this आपको इसको match करना है. So first term is error. So my dear students, what is error? An error is a mistake by a person which can lead to be the introduction of the defect. Okay, and in these examples it's related to option D. This is the business analyst entered the wrong formula for home loan calculation in the requirement. Okay, so error is correctly matched with option D. Okay, now second term is defect. What is defect? The defect is an imperfection or deficiency in a work product or code where it doesn't meet the requirement or specifications. Okay, in these examples here defects is correctly matched with option C. This is the program is using the wrong algorithm for home loan interest calculation. Okay, here example C is correctly matched with second one, defect. Okay, now third term is failure. What is failure? Failure is an event in which a component or system doesn't perform a required function within specified limits. Okay, and in these examples failure is correctly matched with option B. Example B, this is the customer is charged more interest on their home loan accounts. Okay, so example B is correctly matched with third term, failure. Okay, now Fourth term is effect. What is effect? The effect is the consequence of failures. Okay, and in these examples, effect is correctly matched with example A. This is the bank is penalized by the Banking Regulatory Board. Okay, because bank penalized by the Banking Regulatory Board is the consequence of the customer charged more on the home loan interest. Okay, so example A is correctly matched with fourth term. This is effect. Okay, so guys, overall correct answer here is option C. 1D, 2C, 3B, 4A. Okay, I hope it's clear. Next question. Which of the following statements best describe one of the 7 key principles of software testing? Here, option A is customer will be satisfied with the system if the majority of defects are found and fixed before release. My dear students, here option A, this is contradicting principle number 7 of testing. Okay, because according to testing principle 7, finding and fixing a large number of defects can't ensure the success of a system, as it may not be able to fulfill the user's need and expectations. Okay, so here this is incorrect. Okay, now option B, if the testing is started earlier in the project, it will increase the overall cost of the project. Okay, so guys, this is contradicting testing principle 3, because according to testing principle 3, testing early in the software development life cycle helps reduce or eliminate costly charges. Okay, so this is incorrect. Now option C, automated regression test can find defects over a period of time. Okay, so option C is contradicting of principle 5 of testing. Okay, so according to testing principle 5, same test may be automated, may be manual, repeated over and over again, can't find defects. Okay, so this is also incorrect in this question. And now option D is testing can't prove the absence of the defects in the system. Okay, my dear students, this is true. Okay, according to testing principle 1, testing can show that defects are present but can't prove that there are no more defects. Okay, so in this question, correct answer is option D. Testing cannot prove the absence of the defect in the system. Okay, now next question. Which of the following are examples of test implementation work product? First one is test cases. So test cases are the test design work product. Okay. Now second one, design of test environment. Design of test environment is related to test design work product. Okay. Third one, test suites. Test suites are test implementation work product, means it's a test implementation work part. Okay, so here test implementation work products are first one test suited. Okay, so third one is true. Now fourth one is test execution schedule. Test execution schedule is a test implementation work product. Okay, so option fourth is also true here, and overall correct answer of this question is option D, third and fourth. Okay, now next question. Which of the following statement is true about quality assurance? Option A is quality assurance involves various activities including test activities. Okay, so my dear students, this statement is false, because it's not quality assurance but quality control, which including test activities that supports the achievement of appropriate level of quality. Okay, so this statement is false. Now next one. Quality assurance includes all activities that direct and control an organization with regard to quality. Okay, so my dear students, this is also incorrect and false statement, because it's not quality assurance but quality management, which all activities that direct and control an organization with regard to quality. Okay, so option B is false. Option C is quality assurance doesn't ensure that the organization's standards are followed. This is false statement because quality assurance is typically focused on adherence to proper organization's processes. Okay. Now option D, quality assurance focuses on root cause analysis and removal of defects. Guys, this is true statement because quality assurance focuses on root cause analysis to detect and remove the causes of defects in your software. Okay. So here correct answer is option D, and this is quality assurance focuses on root cause analysis and removal of defects is true about quality assurance. Okay. Next question. Which one of the following is the best description for test monitoring? Option A is the activity that checks the status of testing activities, identifies any variance from planned or expected, and reports status to stakeholders. Okay, guys, this is best description for test monitoring. Now, if we are talking about option B, the activity that derives and specify test cases from test conditions. So guys, this is the definition of test design, not to be test monitoring. That's why it's false. Option C is the activity that identifies test conditions by analyzing the test basis. Guys, this is the definition of test analysis, not to be test monitoring. It's also incorrect. Okay. Option D is the activity that prepares the test where needed for test execution based on test analysis and design. My dear students, this is the definition of test implementation. Okay, not to be test monitoring. So here correct answer is option A. The activity that checks the status of testing activities, identifies any variances from planned or expected, and reports status to stakeholders. Okay. This is the best description for test monitoring. Okay. Okay guys, now let's wind up the session. See you in the next video. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to my channel. Please share this video with your friends. Thank you. Have a good day.